I traded it all if I gave it.
Welcome back. And my next guest has been on with me 5 years, at least 5 years. Been with me for a very long time. And I love having him on because he has helped many, many, many people out there. I have with me Doc. He's the owner of Hypnitic One. And, you know, I know people say to me, oh, Carol, why do you have the same people on over and over again? Well, there's a good reason for it.
Yeah, because everybody's got to hear us about 3 or 4 times before they get enough gumption to call us up. And, you know, after they call us up and they start using our services, they say, well, I wonder why I didn't call before.
Doc, tell them about you a little bit. You've been doing this for an awful long time.
Over 30 years. I've worked with over 45,000 people, worked in 4 different countries, and we have a 98% success rate. When I first started out back in the 80s, went to Honduras and worked in a hospital. I delivered 30 babies with hypnosis the first week. Second week, we did 12 operations with no anesthesia whatsoever. So, you know what? That got me started good, because if you can do that, I'm sorry, breaking a habit's pretty simple.
Yeah, seriously, especially with having somebody deliver a baby.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's talk. There's so many people out there. Well, they have heard you, but there's a lot of people out there that have procrastinated. We were talking about that earlier today. People procrastinate, and there's got to be a good reason for it. What is it?
You know, people are afraid to fail, and they just don't have the motivation anymore. You know, as we get older, we just say, oh, we'll do it tomorrow. Oh, we'll do it tomorrow. We'll wait until it's cheaper, slower, easier, whatever it is, and we just keep putting things off. And all of a sudden, we find out a year has passed and we still got the same problem. So the thing is if you're going to get something accomplished, we got to take the action now. And once you take the action and work with me, you're going to find out, oh, God, that was so easy.
Everybody says that to you.
I don't know why I didn't do it years ago.
You even have doctors that call you from this show that I know personally that have called because they've said, you know, I have a client that I can't help. Maybe you can.
And that's it. You know, when
what are you doing that I'm not?
Yeah. And I've got a couple of videos in my office that people in depression and stressed out. And I always show that to doctors, and they say, how'd you get him out of depression in 4 days? I says, I didn't. I got him out of depression in an hour. This is just 4 days later.
That's funny. That's funny.
Oh.
And I have been in your office, and I have seen a lot of your programs. That's not even half of it, because you write these programs especially for people.
Right. Years back when I first started out, it all started from stop smoking, then it went to weight loss, and it went to stress and depression, and, you know, and now I do a lot of business with people. I love business, and I help a lot of business people get motivated to actually step out of their own way and double their business.
Now, you do these things for people. You do a 30 to 60-minute consultation that's free for everyone. You get a CD that goes along with that. We're going to talk about that. These are customized programs to fit your needs. He will not let you fail, and it's a lifetime guarantee.
The only way you can fail when you come in to work with me is if you go home, stay home, and don't come back in. That's the only way you can fail, or try to do it your way. If you've got a problem, then your way doesn't work. So anything else would be better than what you're doing. So you come in, we show you the easy way to do it, and all of a sudden, you know what, you're not out exercise. If you're taking off weight, you're not out to the gym exercising, sweating all over, 3 or 4 hours a day. You're not on crash diets. You're just eating properly, and all of a sudden you start feeling good, because the foods that we eat automatically affect your moods. And it automatically makes us want to be lethargic and lay back and just do nothing. So we get you out of there. All of a sudden, you have a lot of energy. Whether you stop smoking, or whether you're getting off of stress or depression, whether you're getting off drugs, or whether you're just taking off a few pounds. I'm going to tell you what, you get a lot of more energy in your system.
Now, maybe it's you. How about being a great example to your kids? That would be a wonderful thing to give to yourself and to them. How about the kids out there that are suffering right now? There's a lot of them that are, and we all know if you've got kids, whether they're teenagers or young adults, they're stressing out a lot right now, and it's a good idea for you to take this number down and call him. He is on air live with us right now, so he can't talk to you, but if you leave a message there, he will help you and tell you what he can do for you. The number to call him is 602-547-0446. His website is hypnotic1.com.
And it's really simple. It's very low key when you come in. I just explain what I can do. I show you a couple videos. If it works for you and you see the value of your life in it, hey, then you purchase a program. And I custom build every program for the individual.
Right. And, I would say that when I've been working with you for a long time, Doc, and I'm talking about you coming on this show. You have helped a lot of people out there in the audience. You've even had some of your clients come in here before with you, which has been really neat. And it's kind of neat how you see how they came in for, let's say, their son or daughter, ended up going to you, the father goes to you. I mean, it ends up being a whole group thing because you see what happens to you and you can't believe it. If it's working for them, you're so happy you want to do it for yourself.
That's it. One of the ladies that I had, actually, I met her boss's wife at a multi-level marketing meeting, and she sent her in to me, and then all of a sudden, then the wife come in, then the husband, which is the boss, come in, and then it happened so good that they sent their 3 kids in.
Right. And you know what? You won't know until you find out. If you've not done this before, it is the best thing that you can do for yourself. If you don't think that you can be hypnotized, you can. I thought that it would never happen to me. In 2 seconds, I was out.
Everybody goes through a state of hypnosis every day. If you've ever daydreamed, that's a state. You don't go catatonic or you don't go unconscious. It's just a different way of hearing things, and all of a sudden it sticks with you.
We've been saying this every time you come on lately. I don't know. I think I read the book and I couldn't help myself. If you want to walk on water, you got to get out of the boat. And that's what we're talking about here. Don't procrastinate. If you've heard him and you haven't made the call, please make the call. We're going to be saying that a lot today for people. Make the call. Find out what he can do for you. It's a free 30 to 60 minute consultation. You get that CD to go along with it, and it's a customized program to fit your needs. He won't let you fail. It's a lifetime guarantee.
Yeah, I have people coming back. I just had a lady today that come back after 4 years. She come back, had a little tune-up. She put on 10 pounds. She says, hey, I want to come back and see you before I put on 20 or 30 pounds. And you know what? And after we got done, she says, that's just what I needed.
And it was free because she came back
That's
to you.
it.
And again, we've got the number to call here. He wants you to call him direct. It's 602-547-0446. Check him out on his website. It's hypnotic1.com.
Hey, you know what? If you have anything that you'd like to improve in your life, come on in. We'll sit down. We'll custom build a program for you. If it's for you, then we'll work together. If it's not, hey, then at least you learn something. You go on your way and you'll get a free CD that puts you to sleep and lets you relax so much better than you ever have before.
Now, you've been doing this for over 30 years. You have a 98% success rate.
That's it. And it's really kind of simple because I do it a little bit different than any other hypnotist. And a lot of times the hypnotist doesn't even have an office. You know what? We're getting ready to open another office because the success rate is so high and people are driving so far. They're coming from Quartzsite. I've had them fly in from North Carolina, Wyoming, and even Alaska and Hawaii. And we're going to start franchising. We're going to put our company out there. As long as I can train the people to do it right like I do it, you know what? They're going to have a 98% success rate.
And you use different modalities, not everything the same.
That's right. I custom build it for the person. You might have more hypnosis than the next person. The next person might have more NLP, a condition your mind, because the thing is if you want to lose weight, nobody wants to give up their favorite foods. Nobody wants to go down to the gym because that's why you're overweight. But all of a sudden, if you really like to do it, and some people just can't imagine that they'd like to walk a little farther or walk a little faster or have a little bit less to eat without having a feeling of they've been sacrificing.
And everyone says the same thing to you after they're done. Gee, I wish I would have come in sooner.
That's it. Instead of putting on 50 pounds, you only put on 10. You come see me, you take it off real quick and real easy, and it stays off you.
Call them. And it's not just weight. It's not just drugs. It's not just smoking and all of that. It is so much more. We're going to go into some of it further after the break. But if there's anything that you're dealing with, any issue, call him, leave a message, because he's on air right now. He can't talk to you. He's busy. Our number here, the number to call him is 602-547-0446. Call him, leave a message, let him find out what he can do for you.
There's a couple things I really like to do. Stop smoking is the easiest thing I do. You know what? That's so simple anymore, because I used to be a heavy smoker myself about 30 years ago. But any addiction, I don't care if it's drugs or food or sugar or whatever it is, those addictions go away. And you know what? You look at it and you think, why didn't I do this before?
Right.
And the other other thing I like to do is a business, help people become a better businessman.
We're going to talk about that further when we come back. Again, he is on air now. Leave a message and call him at 602-547-0446. Just leave a message. He'll tell you exactly what he can do for you. It's no obligation to find that out. It's hypnotic1.com. It's 602-547-0446. We're back, and we're talking with Doc, who's telling me to turn this down for a second. Sorry about that. Did I get it to a level that's better?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're talking with Doc, and we are live here on air. And yeah, we've had him on a lot, but he comes on a lot for a reason. Go ahead.
Because I want to help people. I really love what I do. I enjoy it. Even if I wasn't getting paid for it, I'd probably do the same thing. I could retire right now, but I enjoy what I do.
Right.
And they always say if you enjoy what you do, you'll never work a day in your life.
Now,
I love it.
People out there that are listening, I want you to listen up here. First of all, if you have heard him and you've procrastinated and you have not called, please call him. If you are just listening for the first time and you've got issues or anything that's going on, it could be something. It doesn't have to be a necessarily an issue that is. It could be something that you're dealing with work-wise. It could be anxiety. It could be anything that you're dealing with that you want to have help with. He can help you. And the only way you're going to find out, if you call him, he does a free 30 to 60-minute consultation with you. You get a CD that goes along with that, so you'll be able to take that with you no matter what you end up doing. It's a customized program to fit your needs. He won't let you fail, and this is a lifetime guarantee. He's been doing this for already over 30 years, and he has a 98% success rate. You want to call him and leave a message while he's on the air right now, because he wants to get to as many people as he can so he can help you. 602-547-0446. And if it's not you, please, if it's someone else, maybe it's someone else you know that's dealing with something. I know we have our kids out there that are all dealing with something, so please, if you know someone, call them, 602-547-0446.
And we got a lot of service guys out there that's coming back, and service ladies that's come back that got some PTSD. You know what? I do a 50% off on all servicemen when they come in. Let's get that taken care of, because you can get that taken care of in a week or two. Instead of being on medications and having that walking zombie syndrome, you get over it, you move past it, and you take your life back again. And I also, do the thing for the business people. Now, if you're a business owner, or even if you're an employee and you're a salesman, or you're the owner and you got some employee problems, you know what? What's causing it? So come in and talk to me. If you're the owner or if you're the employee that's having a tough time, come in and talk to me. We'll show you how to get your mind working so that you are taking control of your life instead of being controlled by life's events.
Get that number is 602-547-0446, and you can check him out. It's hypnotic1.com. So go ahead and let's talk a little bit about some of the things we can do.
Before we get on that, I just want to say the last week in January, I enrolled a man, and he's 59 years old, and he was, about 270 pounds. Well, he first started with me. He took the book home in January, but his first session was in February. He's already taken off 25 pounds, and he was only about 250, but he took off 25 pounds, and he was telling me after the first session that he hasn't had a migraine headache since, and he is usually having about 3 or 4 of those a week.
This is another thing. There's so many people out there that deal with pain issues, and it's so easily fixed by this.
It is. And instead of taking an aspirin or instead of taking oxycodone or whatever it may be, have your mind do it, because it's just so simple when I show you how to do it. Instead of taking that drug that costs you a lot of money and has a side effect on it, you do it with your own mind.
How about let's talk about some of these things. I love when we do this. So how about panic attacks?
Panic attacks, that's self-induced. If you are the problem, then you're the solution. Most people focus on their problem. I want you to focus on your solution. I'm going to show you how to get over panic attacks very simply in probably a week. And when I say a week, I mean 1 hour, because you're going to see me once a week.
Here's one for business. Motivation.
Motivation. Boy, I tell you what, without motivation, we have procrastination. So you need to get people motivated, but they just don't have that that spark in them anymore. We got to get that spark. When you was 3, 4, 5, 10, 15 years old, you had that spark. Then all of a sudden you get 30, 40, and you got kids, you got a job, you got a husband or a wife, and you got the bills coming in. Now this is getting to be tax season pretty soon. And I tell you what, it's stressed you out. It doesn't have to, and you can be excited about it.
How about this? Now, do these three kind of be done the same or not? Self-confidence, self-discipline, and self-esteem.
How can you ever achieve anything if you don't have the confidence to take the first action? And how can you achieve anything if you don't have the self-discipline to do it consistently?
How about this? Anger issues. How about everybody out there that's angry right now? The world's angry.
We've all had anger issues at different times, but it's how quickly we get over it and how tough it is. And it's really kind of simple. All we do is change our mindset. And that's what I do, is I help show you how to change your mindset so that you are a success in every area of your life.
It's a free 30 to 60-minute consultation. You get the CD to go along with it. It's a lifetime guarantee. Please call him. Leave a message on his phone right now. 602-547-0446.
What do you have to lose? I mean, except a bad habit and excuses. Because if you have excuses, you'll never have success. And once you come work with me, your excuses are gone.
And you've helped a lot of people. Also, a lot of people even in this station that come in, and all my guests have worked with you too.
That's it. Because once they start seeing how easy it is, they think, well, why? You know what? You went to school before to learn how to do your ABCs and how to add and subtract, but nobody has taught you how to use your mind to where that it's working for you instead of against you.
602-547-0446. How about this? Depression.
Depression, again, is self-induced. Usually it's from stress and feeling
Oh, did I say
worthless.
that one?
Yeah, well, feeling worthless, and you want to lay around. You don't want to do anything, and you're that walking zombie. Let's get out of that, because within just an hour or two, you're done with depression. You move forward.
Obsessions.
Obsession's another thing. It was a habit, then it turned into an obsession. We can break that pretty simple. It's like I had a 72-year-old lady that was grinding her teeth, and all of a sudden, it's done. It's over with. She don't have to use any appliances in her mouth or anything else. She just doesn't do it.
Again, that's 602-547-0446. It's hypnotic1.com. Sleep.
Yeah, sleep. It's the most simplest thing. It's a natural thing. You're keeping yourself awake, and we're going to show you how to go to sleep so easy. I had a gentleman come in years ago, and he says, can you help my wife with snoring? I can't sleep with her snoring. And I said, send her in. He says, she won't come in. So I took and hypnotized him so that he enjoyed hearing her snore, and it put him to sleep so quickly and so easily.
Oh, that's awesome. How about this? A lot of people come into you also for their sports. They want to be a better golfer, a better this. And one time when you talked about, I love this, that you would think that they would want to stop gambling, but they wanted to become a better gambler. That was awesome.
I give a program that I've already got made out for gambling to get him to stop it. He brought it back a few days later and says, Doc, I don't want to stop. I just want to be better at it. He was playing that Texas Hold'em, and I showed him how to be a better gambler, and now he's getting his entry fee paid.
Again, 602-547-0446. It's hypnotic1.com.
If you don't know how to succeed, then how are you ever going to take the right actions? And there's two reasons people fail at anything. I don't care what it is. First, you don't know how to succeed. Second, you don't want it bad enough. If you're sitting on that chair and going, oh yeah, I know I should do it, and that big butt keeps you in the right sitting on that chair. So, get out of that thing, because we're going to show you how to be successful. I don't care what it is. We're going to show you how to be successful.
If you're not going to do it for yourself, do it for the kids. Do it for the kids out there.
That's it. Be their good role model. You know what? Instead of sitting around smoking and being 300 pounds overweight, you know what? Be an example. Show them how easy it is to be in good health and good shape and taking control of your life.
Right. And again, I want to talk about those kids out there. Please, those kids are all dealing with bad issues. They're hurting other kids. They're doing other things to themselves. Go ahead.
And relationships is another thing. How many people are getting divorced? Like half the people that get married get divorced because they're not communicating. They're talking at each other, but they're not listening, and they're not talking on the other person's level. And all of a sudden, we get you to start understanding and talking on that person's level. Your communication level increases so much. And even for the salesman, some salesmen know what they're doing, but they sure don't tell that to the client that they're having. But whether it's relationships with a sale, whether it's a relationship with your lover, whether it's a relationship with your kid, most people tell their kids what not to do. That surely doesn't tell them what to do. If the child is slamming the door, most people just say, stop slamming the door. Don't slam it. I said, you know what? Tell them to shut the door gently. It's just little things that we have not been taught that is so simple and so easy. And we put that in your subconscious mind. We reprogram an electrochemical organic computer that we call a brain and a mind. We reprogram it so that you're in control of it. And it becomes so simple and so easy.
And let me tell you something else. And I had deep issues that I didn't even know I had. I mean, they're down in there. And if you're dealing with something, things that you do, chronic things that you do, it's usually from something way back. And this is a great way to let it go and be done with it for good.
I run into a lot of people, not just women, but a lot of guys that have been molested when they was kids, like 4 or 5 years old. And I tell you what, we do a regression and go back and change that and how they look at it, and it's gone. It's done. It doesn't control them anymore.
Check him out. It's hypnotic1.com. Leave him a message now. Start calling at 602-547-0446 and get better. Let's all change. And this is a great way to do it. Again, it's 602-547-0446.